what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into yet another edition of your show, a solo-produced edition, as it is just me here, hanging out with you, and so damn grateful each and every time to be able to do this, so a thank you to you. I am Gary, your host. This still is, as far as we know, the only show going live, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, originating out of Saskatoon. That makes us different. That makes us stand out. And that's how you notice. That's how people say, oh, yeah, no one else is doing what these guys are doing. And then you get talked about, and then you slowly become the hyper-local location for everything Saskatoon and Saskatchewan. So thank you. Thank you so much to you, because without you, none of this happens. So we really, really appreciate you. And actually, we appreciate you so dang much. And we have a camera to thank you, and I am the only one here, so you have to bear with me. You're going to watch the magic happen. Here I go. I got her in the right spot. It's so good. All right, here we go. We're going to get this camera to thank you. The greatest cam ever. Here we go. Here we go. Easy. Don't you move, girl. You're doing great. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Maggie Cam. Oh, look at her. She's hiding behind her bed. This is the Maggie Cam, and I'm out of breath from all the running, but that's okay. It's always proudly brought to you by our fantastic friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. We talked about them on the show yesterday. The all the way around table with Coach number 1, Coach comma 2, and Mr. Baseball Simon Hyatt. As Coach number 1, who joins us from Australia every Wednesday, asked about the relationship with our friends at Pet Planet on 8th Street, because he said, you always talk so highly of them, and I wanted to know your story. And I told him, I said, way back in the old radio days, Pet Planet on 8th Street was the only place in town that decided to endorse our radio show, and I never forgot that. They were the only one to take a chance on us, and once that ran its course, I told Mike and Rochelle, who owned the place, I said, if I'm ever in a position to promote you again, I'm coming back, because I love you guys so much. And they said, of course, we'd love to. And sure enough, right to their word, they did. And that's how the Maggie Cam was born. And when we go in there, we are treated like kings and queens. And it's the same for you when you go in there. I promise you. We talk about it all the time. Good people, local businesses doing great things, everything you want to promote, that is our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. Margaret, you're going to get sneezy. Stop it. Sorry, we have to tune her in. So that's just a little bit about them. Really, really incredible people looking to help out each other, helping out some small startup businesses like us, understanding there's value in promoting on this network, and with our sweet, beautiful model / puppy dog here, our sweet Maggie. Maggie just also so happens to be dating Leroy, who is their greeting dog at Pet Planet on 8th Street. He's got a bed right beside the door. So I guess technically we're like, we're in-laws in a way. I'm so happy and proud to be able to say that. If you're looking to change your pet's diet, you want to get the raw food diet going, they got you covered there. Fridge is at the back. They got a puppy spa right beside those fridges, second to none. They got all the amazing toys your heart can desire, all the amazing treats your heart can desire, and they have the bone treats, bones on sales Tuesday and Thursday, I believe. So you can go in there and get some cheap treats, cheap bones, and so much more. The service, second to none. They got the medicines. They got all the normal foods on the back walls. They got stuff for your other animals that aren't dogs, because they're a pet store, okay? Buckle up collars and leashes, matching, second to none. They're so badass. They got jerseys, they got clothing, every single thing you need for the greatest, most incredible, fantastic pet shopping experience of your life is waiting for you. And they're open after hours and on weekends, okay? That's thanks to our friends Kirsten and Chris. All this and so much more waiting for you over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, as they are and always will be your pet's natural grocer. Just love those guys, or I'm going to be out of breath. I have to run back and switch the camera again. Here we go. Thank goodness Marge is sitting pretty. Well, it looks like you're hiding, girl. You hiding over there? Whew. Oh, solo production. Here we go. Okay, so welcome to it. Crazy weather last night. We're going to get into that a little bit here coming up. Also, we're going to give you a little taste of one of our favorite shows here on the network and so much more. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into this as we have a Thursday tradition around here. And a true professional would get into this by saying something that doesn't overlap something else that was said, but I never really know. Or I do know, I never remember what I start with, and I should have checked before, but it's been kind of crazy in here, so please forgive me if I screw this up in any way. But we love this guy. Let's just jump into it. The Thursday alarm clock is here.
Right.
We know what day it is.
Beep, beep.
CTV's Matt Young in the house.
In the house. Hey, man, how's it going?
Doing great, brother.
That's
How you
good.
holding up?
Holding up good. Man, that was a wicked
It was
thunderstorm last
crazy.
night, hey? Did you see the lightning? That was
I
wild.
was looking out the window of my little ski chalet there, and I could see it looked like an alien ship was landing.
It was wild.
That
It
was
was like all over the place. And
Yeah.
we got a little bit of rain. Didn't really get a whole lot.
A lot more hail by the looks of it.
Well, there was hail in other places.
Yeah.
Some areas reports of like golf ball size hail. We're trying to confirm that. That'll all be on our website, ctvnews.ca/Saskatoon. We got a reporter on that. But yeah, that was a pretty. I don't mind that. My lawn will like it. I like a good thunderstorm as long as it doesn't do anything to my house.
That's the big thing. I talked to some people, like I know someone who had the entire siding of their home destroyed.
Oh,
and they were
in that
inside.
storm yesterday?
Yeah, and they
Oh,
said
wow.
it sounded like there was like baseballs being thrown at their house over and over
Wow.
again.
Well, I mean, I hope they're okay, and
Of course.
obviously you hope that can
The
be
garden was
covered.
destroyed. She had a lovely garden, just destroyed.
Oh no!
It was very sad.
Oh no, the tomatoes did not survive.
All of it, yeah.
Oh my God! Well, I hope he's all right. Hope he can get rebuilt. And
Do we know what the reasoning was for that? Is there any science behind that, or is that just a big nasty storm?
I don't.
Because
Well,
it was very different.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Like I don't know. Storms come in all shapes and sizes. This one wasn't. It wasn't big in terms of the hail was everywhere. It was like there were pockets that were
Yeah,
really bad.
really
and some
intense
parts that were
pockets,
like
yeah.
at my house. There was no thunder. There was just lightning
Yeah.
and there was a little bit of rain.
was noticing that
so
too.
it was like, but some areas you had like 20 minutes north or even 10 minutes north, and it was like downpour like a monsoon.
Crazy stuff.
And hail and all that sort of thing. So, you know what? I don't know. One thing, I like thunderstorms. Like, I'm okay with thunderstorms. I just don't like them when they keep me from sleeping.
There it is.
That's the only thing.
That's the
it's
one.
like you get woken up at 3 a.m. and then it's booming outside. It's like, oh, I gotta get up for work. That's the only thing I
You
don't
just got to
like.
get a nice sleeping disorder like I got. Then you just
there you
never
go.
sleep.
That's what
You
I
don't
gotta
worry
do.
about it, yeah.
I gotta
The
get
only side effect
professional insomnia.
exactly.
Yeah.
These bags.
Oh, there you go.
They keep getting bigger. That's the only downside. Everything else is awesome.
Well, speaking of getting bigger,
Here we go.
The video game industry is getting bigger, and well, there's some interesting news in the video game world. I thought we'd just talk about some stuff that's going
love
on.
it.
So, first of all, have you played the new? There's a game right now that everybody's playing. A lot of people really like. It's called Indiana Jones.
Oh, I
And
am
it
not,
is
but
for-
I love me some Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. Now, the PlayStation 5 version and Xbox, it is awesome. It is
That's what I've
super,
heard.
super good and great reviews. They've announced that it's going to come out on Switch 2, which is interesting because Nintendo Switch 2 doesn't have the hardware
To
that
support that
so
game,
a
yeah.
lot of people are wondering, is it going to look very good? Are they going to find a way to make sure that it's still as good as the Xbox or the PC version? So number one, Indiana Jones is going to be coming out on Switch 2. I don't know how good it's going to be, but we'll see. I mean, maybe Nintendo can do something with that.
Like when I hear that, it's the same thing. You get super excited, like, oh, okay, so if I got a Switch, the new Switch, then I can play this game. But at the same time, is everything you just said. Is
Exactly.
it going to be able to live up to the game that everyone else is just
That's
gushing
the
over
thing
on
about
the new
Nintendo,
system?
because
Yeah.
they're not really graphically. They don't go for the good graphics.
It's
They
been
don't-
like that since
they go for
N64, right?
gameplay, and really it's because they rely on their proprietary. You're not going to care if it's good. You just want the Mario games and the Zelda games and all that sort of thing. But anyways, it's coming up for Switch 2. So for all you Switch 2 fans, you're going to be able to play, and Indiana Jones fans,
Yeah.
you're going to be able to play Indiana Jones, which is awesome. I
You're gonna
love
be swinging that whip. Yeah, go get those Sankara stones. We're gonna do it, man. I love it.
Okay, now other thing that's interesting. Did you ever play Mortal Kombat?
I did, and I'm not very good, but I know
Okay.
all about. I suck at fighting.
I
games.
love I like Mortal Kombat and like Street Fighter. And
of course.
the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is going to be coming out later this year in 2025, and it's going to include a whole bunch of Mortal Kombat games from kids from years past.
Okay.
But what's interesting is it also will include Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which was only released in arcade. It was never released on Sega Genesis or anything like that.
Okay.
So there's Mortal Kombat 3, and then there's the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
There's so many Mortal Kombats,
And
dude.
so this is going to be really cool because it had some characters that were only in that game that weren't in other games.
Okay.
And it was only in arcade. So if you way back remember playing Mortal Kombat in the arcade, you might remember this game, but it'll be the first time it'll essentially be playable since like 1997.
Boy.
So the Mortal Kombat Legacy Connection. Now, I do have, just hang on, I
it's all
got
good.
my list right here. So this is going to include Mortal Kombat from 1992, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat. That's the arcade game that we were talking about.
Okay.
Then there's Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat Mythologies, Mortal Kombat Special Forces, Mortal Kombat Advance, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, and Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition. Those will all be coming out. So if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you are getting like the big enchilada buffet dinner for Mortal Kombat. It's going to be great. And it's coming out in 2025. It's going to be on PS5, Xbox X, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC. You'll be able to get it if you have Steam. And Nintendo Switch will be coming, but at a later time.
So this is like a package of basically every Mortal Kombat. game.
Yeah. And I think there's going to be some enhancements too. They put out some screenshots. So Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection, which I think is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Because if you like fighting games, Mortal Kombat, whether you were good at it or not, it was like the pinnacle for fighting games for so many years.
Dude, the boys, we go hang out at the convenience store and just play the cabinet.
Bingo,
you know?
bingo. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There
That's
you
how we
go.
got
There
into
you
it,
go.
yeah.
There you go. So Mortal Kombat Legacy. Now, this next piece of news we found out. Now, this is like, man, the economy does everything. Do you remember buying video game systems? You used to buy it, whether it be an N64 or a Genesis or a Wii U, or can't believe Wii U's like old
know.
for us.
Don't
but,
do it.
Or
don't bring me down.
GameCube or PlayStation 2 or whatever it was. You'd come out on opening day and the price would be $300 or $400 or $500. But if you didn't want to spend so much money, you could wait 4 or 5 years and the price would go down. Typically,
Technically, yes.
right?
Yes.
Because a new system would be coming up.
Of course.
Well, not in today's world.
Ugh.
The PlayStation 5, after 5 years of being out, is actually going up in price.
You know what? You are speaking directly to me. I am that guy. I still got the PS4 in there. I've been waiting for the right opportunity. Like I've been looking, like physically looking for a price drop in any way, and it's been 5 freaking years now.
It's actually gonna go up. And
I'm never gonna get my PS5.
Part of this is because PlayStation came out in 2020, and then you had the COVID pandemic, and then you had rampant inflation for a whole bunch of different reasons. We're not going to point any fingers on that, but the whole point is that typically video game systems after 5 years you're buying them for less.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you haven't got a PS5 yet, you're gonna have to pay a little more, or you could wait 2 years and then just skip it all together and get the PS6, right? Because I think that's coming out in 2026 or 2027. It's frustrating. I get it. I get it.
Supposed to, I'm still playing Overwatch 2 on my PS4, and when I play with the boys, they all load in right away, and then I'm loading in like halfway during the countdown to get to the start of the game. So I'm already behind just because it's so different.
I know. It's not very good. Now this is mostly in the U.S.
Okay.
I haven't. But you know what happens. If it happens there, it's going to happen in Canada too. That's
probably worse.
We follow our neighbors to the south, obviously.
Yeah.
So I would say this. If you want to get a PS5 and want to avoid the price increase, get it soon or get it now if it hasn't increased in price already. But unfortunately, it's just a sign of the times. But I say this. If you don't have a PS5 yet, Wait 18 months and
you
then
don't need it
get
now.
a PS6.
Made it this
right?
far. Yeah.
Exactly. You've made it this long.
But
Why?
then I have to sell the house to get the PS6.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yes, or the car, whatever
Like
one
the old,
works.
the old day, you take your old system, you go in, they give you like half the price, but then you get like half off your new
And you
system.
get
It was great.
Now, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's totally different now. And I don't know, like PS6, we'll talk about it more as it gets closer. I'm excited for that one. I always get them on opening day. I'm the guy that like lines up at midnight
Old
to
school,
get
baby.
them.
Yes,
That's what I am.
I love it.
I remember actually when I bought my PS4, I went to London Drugs.
Of course.
I was the first person, like one of the first in Canada.
Was there a lineup?
No.
Beautiful.
No, it was weird. I was
First
like,
in Canada?
from London Drugs. Anyways. So they took
still
a
a big
photo of
claim.
me. They took a photo of me and put it on their account, and it was on there.
Say hi to Matt,
There
our
you
first
go.
first buyer of the
There
PS5.
you go, there you go, there you go. So
That's pretty cool.
anyway, so sorry to disappoint everybody, but we just report the facts here on the Gary
it.
Nichols Show.
That's right.
And yes, PS5 will be coming out. So that's sort of your video game news. But the Mortal Kombat collection and Indiana Jones going to be coming out for Switch 2, which is going to be awesome.
I'm really excited
Hopefully.
to see how that looks. Has there been any like gameplay footage yet?
I haven't seen anything.
Me either, okay.
But it's always interesting because Xbox and PlayStation are usually the same.
Yeah.
As far as what graphical capability goes. So when you port it to Nintendo, you always wonder, what are they going to take out?
Exactly.
Right? What are they got to take out?
Exactly.
But you know
still
what?
getting Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is Indiana Jones.
That's
To
it.
be honest, I mean, you can give me a Commodore version, I'd probably still play.
100%. I'm with you, man.
Exactly.
I feel that for sure.
Now, we're gonna do Tecmo Bowl simulations of the Hilltops coming up in a couple of weeks because they won against the Edmonton Huskies. And they're back at home this weekend taking on the Winnipeg Rifles. That's going to be a good game. That Winnipeg team is really good. The Hilltops are 1-1 to start the season. Remember, Winnipeg beat them 31-11.
They got some business to take care of.
So they got some revenge that they want.
Yes, they do.
And they've practiced up a bit. So that'll be a good game. That's at SMF Field. Come out there at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Or if you want to watch it on the stream, cjfltv.com. You can buy a season pass, watch all the Hilltops games live in high definition on streaming.
Love that.
Yours truly doing the play-by-play on that
best.
one. So, so the Saskatoon Hilltops taking on the Winnipeg Rifles this weekend. And then last night, college football, Huskies took on the UBC Thunderbirds in a preseason game, but they had to call it early because of the weather. But the Huskies were winning 18-2. So we're chalking that up as a win for the Saskatchewan Huskies.
I like that. We'll take that every time, right?
So, and their first game is actually, they're traveling for their first game. They're going to Alberta to take on the Golden Bears. Okay. And then they're back home September 5th for their home opener against the UBC Thunderbirds. I won't be in the booth for that one. I'm calling a couple of games later in the season. Okay. But come out to Griffith Stadium because that's always a good time. And support college football, support the Huskies. And now, one other scheduling tidbit that's really interesting. Yeah. Husky men's hockey will be starting in October.
Right back
I know
in
it's a little far away.
Not really.
But the schedule gods did it perfectly because they won the conference championship last year, if you remember.
We do.
And they defeated the Mount Royal Cougars in the conference championship. Well, they're opening night, they're having banner raising night.
We love
and
those.
They're going to raise the banner, and they're playing the Mount Royal Cougars.
Oh boy!
So the Mount Royal Cougars have got to watch that. Yeah, but you got to think for Mount Royal, that's going to be they're going to be motivated, right? Because now they got to watch that banner go up.
They remind
the team
you
that they. So I mean, but I mean that's great. That's just great storyline and great booking. So I wanted to mention that too. But yes, and then Riders now. All right, so that was like. It's a slugfest against Hamilton. They beat them like very handily.
They look like the most dominant team in the league, bar none.
Now, a tough test again. They're in Calgary.
Yes.
This week, and they're expecting a good crowd in Calgary. The Rider faithful are going to be out there. Boy, can they keep the winning going? I think they can. I'm going to predict a 26-21 victory for the Riders.
There you go.
I think they'll win 26-21. Okay. I think Calgary's going to put up a fight, but I think the Riders, boy, these last few weeks they've done something, right? And they've sort of
time.
turned that corner, I think.
Yes.
I don't know if the Calgary Stampeders have done that yet. We'll have to see. The Riders have cleaned up a lot of stuff. I still get worried about penalties, but it's gotten better. And Trevor Harris is being much smarter with the football. I think that you're seeing receivers start to sort of click in, and now he's getting familiar with everybody. The kicking game, Brett Lauther.
Apparently there was a guy they were trying out
They
there.
brought him. They brought somebody. And competition's never a bad thing. And you hope that can work itself out cleanly for the team, because come playoff time, you need a reliable kicker that can make chip shots or anywhere. So, but I think the Riders do it. I think they walk into Calgary 26-21. And then that sets up a massive, massive Labor Day game in Winnipeg, or against Winnipeg, at Mosaic Stadium the week after, which that game is sold out. There you go. I can tell you right now it's sold out. Although I hear that they've opened up a few areas for some standing room seats.
Of course.
So they actually could technically be over capacity, but it's sold out. So that's going to be good for Saskatchewan, Winnipeg. But yeah, I'm picking the Riders to win 26-21 this weekend.
Every year, that's the biggest game on the schedule, and it's
always
be another big one.
It always is. I remember my first Labor Day Classic that I went to. It was way back. I think it was in 1990 or 1991. And I remember just saying to my dad, "Dad, I want to go down and play. Can I go down and play? I want to go play. I want to go play with the team." And no, son, you gotta grow up.
Gotta bulk up a bit
What
first.
do you mean we just had watch? Can't we go? Well, I don't want to just watch the game. I want to go play. Anyways, as a young kid, I just
little
I
young
fell in
kid.
love
That
with
young's
these
got a
heroes,
great voice. Oh,
exactly.
That's great. See, you remember those? I don't remember my first couple Labor Days because they were the drunken bus trips up with the big cruise.
Oh,
Boy, oh boy, had a keg on the bus, and it was one of the years we actually snuck a keg in. We got about a good couple blocks into the stadium before the guys. What do you do? It's like, it's Labor Day.
You know what?
You can't bring the keg in, so we had to go put it back outside. It was wild.
I just love those stories because the stadium experience now, and it's fun. I love going to Rider games, but
it's a lot
back
different.
when we went when we were kids,
the Wild West,
it was,
man.
I mean, and you had the end zone with the grass. You could bring your lawn chair.
You could touch the touchdown
and,
right there.
And you could bring in stuff. I remember we used to bring popcorn all the time, and they didn't. Now it's all, anyways. But yeah,
back in our day.
Yeah, back in our day, tickets are $10. So Riders 26-21, and of course you'll have the 13th Melon. I'll try and join in at halftime. I'm not sure if I can. I'll let you know Friday night or Saturday morning.
For sure. You still got some work to do. You're like me. I'm purposely in the bottom because I always curse the opposite team.
Oh, there you
with
go.
The Gary curse. So I always pick whatever team the Riders are playing as the winner.
Yeah.
Where were you? You're right around the middle, right?
I think I'm around the middle of the pack, so I've caught up a little bit. But yeah, so that'll be a good game, and so watch the game. I would say have the game on one TV, have the 13th Melon on the other TV,
interact
and you
while
get
we watch. It's a watch party.
Exactly.
And it's not like we're professionals. It's just a bunch of fans.
It's just having fun. It's like being with your buddies.
That's right.
All drinking beer and having a good time.
We leave the professionalism to all the amazing professional shows we have around here with the Riders. We love all of them. We're just the team that comes in here, turns on the game, gets some wings from Bugsy's.
There you go.
And some appetizers, and we enjoy and watch along with you.
There you go.
CTV's Matt Young. Always appreciate you stopping by, brother.
You got her.
It's always a pleasure. We'll if we don't check in with you on Saturday, we'll see you next week.
You bet.
Give me one. Nice double thumbs. Well, all right. A huge, huge thank you to the great Matt Young from CTV, always joining us on Thursdays. Getting us caught up with the video game stuff, the sports stuff, all of it. He's the total package right there. I call him the human energy drink. So I thank you again to him. This is the Thursday edition of your show. Hope you're having a lovely, beautiful Thursday. If you're getting hungry, don't forget Bugsy's. Okay, this is a passport. This is our Bugsy's Wing Crew passport. You can pick it up any Bugsy's location, Market Mall or Lawson Heights, okay? And once you have one, they got all these flavors. They got the cinnamon bun, they got the creamy taco, they got the electric lemon, they have the tandoori glory and so much more. Wing flavors you would never try every Tuesday, and oh, look at that, it's Thursday. Over half price off on your wings. So head over to one of the two Bugsy's locations, and you can just stamp off a whole bunch of them, dude. Just hit in and just destroy. All right. And then eventually, once you get this whole thing stamped out, you're getting the shirt right there behind me. It says, I did the 69 at Bugsy's. Look at this. Our buddy, the Ruckus Cock on there. Look at him. Shredding away. You join this very exclusive crew. Okay. Got the 69 Wing Crew on the front. I love these shirts. So you get that. And then your life just gets better. You're a champion of chicken wing eating, if you will. It's a way for you to enjoy all these different types of flavors of wings they have to offer at Bugsy's. So be sure to pick up the passport, win the shirt, and have all the fun as we're looking very forward to the Bugsy's Game Day Feast this Saturday, 4:30. The show begins, that show being the 13th Melon. CTV's Matt Young mentioned it earlier. They sent us this game day feast. We got a couple order of these special, incredible wings. We had the electric lemon last week. It's the lemon pepper to the max. It's like a wet lemon pepper. We also had the chipotle mango, which is unbelievable. A dry wing. It's got that sweet and it's got that spice. It's so good. And they sent us an appetizer as well. We've had the mini donuts. We've had the spinach dip. We've had the tempura shrimp. Like so many incredible, amazing appetizers that get sent on over here. We had the cauliflower bites last week. So for the vegetarians looking to get in on some fun with all these incredible flavors right here, get them on your cauliflower bites and you're joining the party. Our good buddy Brooksy from Wendy Brooks Media always talked about, I wish I could do it. Well, now you can, girl. So she's going to be getting all over that as well. All the love to our friends over at Bugsy's. So fantastic. As well, a quick reminder, hockey season right around the corner. Go Bobcats for life. If you want to get your kid ready, okay? Super Skills Hockey out at the Martinsville Rec Center, second to none. It's upstairs looking right over the ice surface and state-of-the-art facility. Okay, they got the ice skating treadmill. They got shooting lanes. They got puck handling stations set up in this fantastic facility. Okay, they had Swaggy P there over the weekend. You can head to superskillshockey.ca. That's their website. Check them out on all the social medias. They're always doing really, really cool stuff. They had Swaggy P on doing the C30 circuit in there. So very cool. We're going to have some video from that coming up soon and so much more. We just love helping out great businesses like Bugsy's, great local businesses like our friends over at Super Skills Hockey. A lot of people doing really, really good things. So I've been talking on this network for a while now about the TV review show, OK Bloomer. They review old episodes of Blossom. On paper, it sounds insane. When you watch it, it might be one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. The great Kingslayer himself, Curtis Anderson, hanging out with his old Shaw buddy from way back in the day, Sal Accardo, and they put on an incredible show. They watched the episode of Blossom. Yes, that Blossom, the girl with the hat, the Jeopardy girl, and then they review it. And they have so many quirky takes on all this stuff, and it's also just a great time capsule to look back at what TV was like back in the day. In this past week's episode, a great episode of that, or a great example of that story. So we're gonna play this for you. You're gonna finally get to enjoy some OK Bloomer here on the Live Your Show on the network, the flagship show, if you will, as we love bringing spotlight to all the amazing shows here on the network. By the way, Good Sports up now, episode 14 with curler Kirk Myers. Very cool to see him. He was zooming in from the farm. You can check out that whole episode. It's out now. It's also very fun. But right now, we are going to get you into some OK Bloomer. Please enjoy the best intro song ever, by the way. Shout out to the boys.
Don't know about the future. Don't.
They don't care about the future, because they live it in the past. Sal and Kurt are taking all 5 seasons of Blossom to task. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be weak in the knees. This show's got more range than this on the keys. Only gal in the house, and that's how she goes. One brother was a junkie, and the other one was. Weekly lessons coming fast in the Russo flat. Blossom's teenage girl problems are as big as her hat. So take your opinionations and make them shine. It's the OK Bloomer podcast, and it's about damn time.
Don't know. Don't know.
You're watching the OK Bloomer podcast with Curtis Anderson and Sal Accardo as we continue our journey back to the early 90s, back to 1992, and we relearn the lessons of that era through the eyes of high school student Blossom Russo. And I cannot even track the personal growth this project has given me. I don't know, Sal, you feel the same way?
We have grown so much,
right?
As individuals and together as friends because of this show.
Hell yeah. And no stop to the early 90s would be complete without a visit from Mr. Arsenio Hall. So I'm very excited for this. Spoiler alert. Arsenio Hall on my frickin' television suddenly in 2025. Let's get right into this. I don't want to waste any time.
You gotta love it.
I want to talk.
right.
I feel like Arsenio himself may have had the last laugh. You ready? Should we pitch it to Phenom?
Let's do it.
Phenom, what's up?
Season 3, Episode 15, The Last Laugh. Directed by Ted Wass, written by Susan Tenney. First aired on January 4th, 1993, to 22 million viewers. Disney Plus says Nick's girlfriend uses their relationship as part of her comedy act. IMDb says, Nick is not so thrilled when the comedian that he is dating uses him and the family for laughs in her routine. Blossom and Six make a video about safe sex that does not meet the approval of the principal. TVDB says Nick is upset when the stand-up comic he is dating makes fun of him on the Arsenio Hall show. Joey falls in love with Rhonda's niece. Blossom and Six make a serious video about safe sex that gets a thumbs down from the principal.
Yeah, those are all pretty solid. Those are pretty solid.
So, couple things to note here. First show of 1993.
We're in 93.
January 4th.
Last week I was going to comment. It was December 20th was when it came out, and it wasn't a Christmas episode.
Yeah, we didn't
Why
get a
you
Christmas
hate Christmas,
episode.
guys? Why you hate
I
Christmas?
don't know.
Could you imagine
Another thing,
a new episode of Blossom on December 20th and it's not Christmas? They're going back to like wartime instead?
yeah. I would be highly disappointed if I was watching this in 1992. Another thing to note, we don't have Bill Bixby this week, directed by Ted Wass, who plays Nick.
Yeah.
So
last time he took a swing at that was the one where it was all like physical comedy, wasn't it? One of the last.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was falling down the stairs and all.
Yeah.
Whoa! Someone turn off the floor buffers. You saw him going by the windows outside. What is happening?
Yeah.
So we'll see if he's up for it.
I know that he did go on to become a pretty regular sitcom director after this. So yeah, this must be like one of his first kicks at the can at this. So pretty cool, I guess.
So the last laugh, Sal. Give us the cold open.
All right. So Joey's in the living room working on an invention. And Blossom asks why. Because he wants to be rich. And then she asks him what the invention is, and he won't tell her. He says, you think Einstein told his sister when he invented gravity? And then Blossom doesn't care, so she starts to walk away. And then I had to rewind this part 3 times just to hear what he said. He says that he's inventing a Wembwant. Yeah. And then Blossom, it's actually a pretty good joke. She says, is that something that Barbara Walters sees in a museum? It's pretty.
Explain.
Well, doesn't Barbara Walters have that lisp or whatever, that speech impediment where she that was a whole thing on SNL where she was Barbara Wawa, she can't pronounce certain words. So I don't.
That has a giant red question mark beside it because I did not get that joke. I listened to it 3 times too, and I couldn't understand what he said. And then suddenly Barbara Walters is eating for no reason.
Yeah. So he is inventing a Wembwant, which I guess would be how Barbara Walters would say Rembrandt.
Okay.
So the way that Joey says no here, he goes, no. And he's done that before, and it's almost like he has a second catchphrase now. Right?
Joey Lawrence is unstoppable. I picked up on that too, because it was familiar, and I was like, that's actually really funny. Then he goes, no.
Guy gets
Blossom's the idiot.
Yeah, guy gets 2. So it's a match that lights underwater, and then Blossom goes, really? How does it work? I haven't figured it out yet.
Cut. Right?
That's it. Yeah.
Once again, he's like, I haven't figured that part out yet. Cut to the intro. They do not give that joke any breathing room in any cold open. The second the last syllable comes out, they're cutting to they hard cut to the intro. And you ready for a Phenom? This is my favorite part of the show. You ready?
Yep.
It asks if I want to skip the intro, and
I do not.
Oh, give it to me. That's all I need. Give it to me. Okay.
Why'd you look up like The Rock when he's on the top rope?
I was just breathing it in.
Yeah. Isn't that what he does?
Doesn't matter. He does everything.
That's
okay.
true.
Well, I'll do something different next time. Sorry.
Except for show up when it matters.
I wrote right here, I love how I've completely flipped on Anthony. Every time I see that actor now, I'm like, that badass was in The Dark Knight. That's my boy. You guys ruined that for me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
So it's Corel Draw and 90s Casio keyboard demo track. That was the
Love
most
it.
like when you on the old 90s keyboards, you play the demo, and that's exactly what this is. They didn't have time.
Nice.
They fired the like original composer of the Corel Draw bumpers. So yeah, takes us to the Russo house, and Nick is making out with this week's floozy, and I wrote, "Let's f***ing go." She has to leave and work on her act, and Nick chuckles to himself because he's apparently perfected his act because he just slept with her.
Nice.
But she's auditioning for Arsenio Hall, folks.
Yeah.
Blossom comes in, and we learn that this week, Nick Skank is named Andrea. And Susan Tenney is this week's writer. Remember that.
Okay. So it turns out Blossom and Six won a multimedia contest. And then Nick starts making fun of how it was a video of a frisbee with sand on it. I didn't quite track this. Blossom said it was supposed to represent an oasis in the desert. And now Blossom needs a new idea for her and Six to make another video. And then while they're talking about that, Andrea comes up with a Seinfeldian joke about how the guy who invented the frisbee was throwing away a bad invention. It wasn't bad, but yeah, it was a very Seinfeld joke. Nick and Blossom love it.
It popped Phenom over here. He's laughing his ass off in the booth.
Oh, that's amazing. All right. Good to know.
I did note here, though, the cutaways of Nick laughing look really forced, which is really telling because a few episodes ago when they had the death of that comedian and all those comedians were in the Russo living room telling jokes and they were cutting away to Ted Weiss. I feel like he was laughing for real in that episode, and that's what it looks like for real when that human being laughs hard, and this was not that. This was like the most over-the-top fake laughter, so thumbs down to that. You're not funny, girl. Ted shows us that your jokes are not funny. It's the Weiss barometer for comedy. You failed. Andrea leaves, and we hold on a shot of Nick staring at her butt through the window as she leaves. Did you see that? She closes the door, and he just goes to the window and goes.
Blossom's like, so you really like this girl, Dad, and there's no way that Nick is all in on this girl. We just know that's
well, he's like, nah. Yeah. Literally, she's like, so you like her, hey? And he's like, nah, not really. Basically, is his body language. He's like, I'm still getting to know her. Whatever that means in the Nick world.
Blossom knows who she is. She saw her on her cable special. Thinks she's really funny. And then Nick tries to retell the frisbee joke for Six, and he f***s it all up. And then
they're talking. I really enjoyed that. That was really funny. That was all the actors in that scene played that really well. Just watching him die, trying to explain the joke.
And then Six says she has an idea for their next video. They get George Michael, Michael Jackson, Madonna, and Prince to stand together, hold hands, and say, "Peace is really cool." And there was a whole back and forth about how are they going to get all these people together. And I kind of stopped paying attention. But yeah.
Yep. All right. We cut to Busty Joe Applegate and Anthony. And this week, man, if 1992 was a woman, it's this actress. Oh my God. She is
her hair
doing so hard, even though apparently it's 1993.
Yeah, her hair was huge in this scene.
Yeah.
It was so far off of her head.
And here's some comedy. They were playing darts with her one-eyed cousin, and apparently Anthony took a dart in the f***ing neck. That's the joke. He's walking around, he's like, oh, it's the last time we played darts with your one-eyed cousin. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Go to emergency if you took a dart to the neck.
He's a paramedic. He can fix it.
Well, there's that too, right?
Yeah.
So
basically, Tony explains that he wants to spend the next weekend boning Rhonda, but her 16-year-old niece is coming to stay with her. Rhonda was hoping that she could dump her on Blossom, but she's too busy with that video project of hers that somehow everybody knows about. So what are they going to do to entertain a 16-year-old girl? And here it is, man. In walks Joey.
First of all, he calls her a Nazi, Sal. Did you catch that?
No.
He calls
That's
her
hilarious.
a Nazi. I backed it up. I'm like, we're still doing this? This is a bleed over from last week? He's like, how are we going to entertain a 16-year-old Nazi? And I was like, oh, okay, Anthony. So anyone who's preventing you from getting it on with your girlfriend is a goddamn Nazi. Good to know. Amazing.
That's the scale right there.
What a term to assign someone in that position. But all right, let's go. So yeah, how are we going to keep a 16-year-old girl busy? And in walks Joey, and they want to go on a double date. And they tell Joey that her niece has a really great personality. And he goes, I'm out. Just completely nopes out, which is really funny. That was good, right? And Anthony goes, it's Rhonda's niece. She has to have at least some of her genes. And Joey goes, oh, bet she doesn't fit in them like Rhonda does. And that was really funny. When they can be clever with Joey's like sexual deviancy, it always lands.
Yeah.
When it's like on the nose, it sucks.
It was a great
when
line,
it's clever
great
like
delivery.
that, it's really good.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
There's been a lot of laugh out loud moments in these last 2 episodes so far for me, which is
for sure
kind of rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're figuring
Especially
it out.
lately.
It feels great.
So Blossom and Six are in her room trying to come up with a video idea. They decide to make it about sex, and then Blossom suddenly has a brilliant idea. And there's a hard cut to the video. Do you want to describe this video for us?
Sure. So first of all, I want to give another shout out to Joey Lawrence because he nailed that scene, the delivery. Like a lesser actor would have made those lines corny, but he again just makes it soar. Shout out Joey Lawrence. The whole point of this show is I feel like when we're done, we're going to be like, why isn't Joey Lawrence like a billionaire? Why isn't he at the top of Hollywood right now with the other doofuses? Because this guy is outacting everyone in 1992-93. Okay, Jenna Von Oy wearing the most perplexing mini vest I've ever seen. I don't even know. Like she was just wearing this tiny vest on top of a shirt, and nothing made sense, and it was very distracting. The
only thing I noted was once again we point out she's wearing the Blossom hat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they make this video about safe sex, and it's just like a bunch of kids in a backyard, and it's all like shot like a 1996 NWO
it's like snap
segment.
zooms.
Yeah.
It's like snap zooms and like askew cameras.
Buy the shirt.
Everybody has condoms like around their neck or like.
Yeah, that's not where they go.
Yeah.
You idiot kids. So they make a video about safe sex, and they're like, safe sex or no sex. Everything else could kill you. And I'm in the middle of writing this, and this is the joke I'm playing out. I was like, and now they're going to cut out of the video, and Nick Russo's going to be on the couch looking mad, offended, and uncomfortable about this messaging. And that's literally what happens next. It comes out, and Nick is on the couch, and he's just like does not agree with this message at all. But then he has to he has to take offense with it, but he does it like as a dad, not as like a sexual deviant himself, you know? Someone who does not abide by any of the rules about safe sex that his children have pointed out for like, you know, healthy relations. He's like not about that at all. But he's like, I shouldn't be talking about sex, kids. As he goes upstairs and takes penicillin for the 800th day in a row.
Oh my God. So yeah, Nick hates this video, and then he asks where they got all the condoms from. Blossom said she went to the pharmacy and asked for 12 dozen condoms. The pharmacist only has 11 dozen and can't get 12 until tomorrow. Blossom tells the pharmacist, I need 12 dozen for tonight. He asks why, and Six tells him that they're making a movie, and the crowd loved the out of this.
It was really funny. And Nick Russo's not even looking in the right way because chlamydia took his eyes last night.
Oh, God.
Yep.
So we get a 3D spin wipe again. Buzz, Tony, and Joey are sitting on the couch. Joey is nervous that the girl that he's on the blind date with is going to be a beast. Buzz talks about his first blind date, and I said, "Oh boy, here we go." Lexington, Kentucky. He tells the girl he's going to be wearing a green jacket, but everybody's wearing a green jacket. She introduced herself to every man in the room, and Tony says, "Oh, and that was the girl." He says, "No, the real one came in, and I had to get drunk to bang her." That was Buzz's.
I love this episode. I don't know if I
That was
love it for
Buzz's
the right
experience.
reasons. I got to back up
Yeah.
a little bit though. You watched
Okay.
Arrested Development, right?
I sure did.
Oh yeah, that was a big hit. I imagined also the another part that got on the cutting room floor was Nick reacting like Gob, being like, "Well, you use condoms. I mean, who would $1 million, doing that whole like very uncomfortable and kind of storming around the room, just saying things after he watched that video.
Yeah.
They wrote that somewhere, and then Andrea goes like, "I think it's great," and Nick is like, "Why are you still here?"
Get the
And
my house.
They have a funny though cutaway moment where, because Nick is like, "Just don't have sex," and she's like, "Oh really?" And Nick's like, "Yeah, what?" I wanted him to have a meltdown as these two, like the dad telling his teenage girl not to have sex, and then the scumbag that bangs anything behind the dumpster behind Chili's, just like he can't find a way to get both of those messages across because his skank is in the room along with his daughter. And I thought that could have played out for the rest of the episode, right? Of just him losing his mind, being like, "Yeah, but also," it was funny in my head. I just kept thinking of Job. Would someone in a $4 million suit clean the garbages? I kept doing that.
Yeah.
So underrated.
Man in a $3,000 suit.
Yes. Thanks. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
We did get a PowerPoint flip you didn't track. I noticed it a lot in this too. Yeah. So
I
they're
pointed it out.
pardon
I
me?
pointed it out.
Did
I
you?
pointed it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I missed that then. Yeah, and then they're waiting for Tracy to arrive,
Yeah.
and they know Tracy is going to be ugly. So here comes the switch again. She's going to be gorgeous. But then Buzz, out of nowhere, offers to hang back, and if Tracy is a dog, he can fake a heart attack so Joey can take him to the hospital. Again, even though Anthony's a paramedic, but I get it.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
I'm digging Susie's writing. Like, good stuff.
Yeah.
Then Ding Dong Sal.
Yeah, Rhonda and Tracy come in, and Joey and Tracy are super into each other right away because, well, they're both idiots.
Yeah.
Joey said, "This is wild. I was expecting someone with a good personality." And then Tracy sighs and says, "Yeah, me too." So, yeah. So it's after the movie at the drive-in. Tony and Rhonda come out. Oh no, this isn't the drive-in. They're at the movies. They come out of the theater. I guess Joey and Tracy didn't see the movie. The car door is locked and all the windows are fogged up. And I was like, "What is this happening? Like, is this actually happening right here?" So they didn't go to the movie. They've just been making out in the car the whole time. And then we get a hard cut
To get
sorry,
caught
go
up.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do the personality joke. And, they're like both like, "Whew, I thought you were going to be ugly." And I think that's supposed to be for laughs, but I swear this is how hot people live. That's actually probably what goes through their brains, right?
Could be.
But and then I don't know if I told you the story. It's one of my favorite stories. We, Phenom and I work for SaskTel Center, and we do the Rattlers basketball games. And
Right.
one time I was walking in with like the visiting team. So it's me, 5'8" white guy, and all these like 6'3", 6'4" players. And
Yeah.
I hold the door for them, and I was like, "I better not walk in with you. They'll get, people will think I'm on the team." Like that, right?
And
Visually.
let me guess,
And
they
just-
didn't like that.
No, crickets.
Yeah.
Everybody, they all blinked down at me, and I was like, "Oh right, you guys are like 6'4", 6'5". You don't need personalities. I forgot about that. You're not going to get my jokes. You guys just coast through life getting whatever the hell you want because you're tall athletes." Like,
Right.
I'm wasting
Right.
my humor on you. It was a fun moment of reminding me what my place is, and it's down here. As a 5'8" white guy.
Fair enough.
So they come into the movie, Anthony and Rhonda. The car's all steamed up because Joey and Tracy are playing Titanic in there. And Anthony goes, "Did we leave the shower on in there?" And I thought that was a pretty funny, funny
Oh,
line.
I didn't catch that at all.
Did we leave the shower on in the car? And then, Anthony starts digging his own grave, where Rhonda's like, "I think it's cute." And Anthony starts doing they got to act like that because we used to do stuff like that when we first started dating. And Rhonda's like, "We had to what?" And now they're fighting. And Rhonda says she was afraid they wouldn't be compatible. And Anthony says he's afraid they won't be detachable, which is all good. And suddenly, Arsenio's on TV. But I'll let you get caught up if you have more thoughts on that.
I don't have anything. I just I was very excited as soon as there was the hard cut to the Arsenio Hall show. So Andrea's on the show doing her stand-up set. Nick is on the couch watching, hoping that she does the frisbee joke. And then she starts talking about how she recently started dating an old guy. And Nick's like, "Oh, this is just a joke. It can't be about me." He's a musician, which is Latin for unemployed, which I thought was a pretty good joke. He's a single father with 3 children. She met him on the side of the freeway with a sign that says, "Will work for new mom." And then it just cuts back to Buzz laughing his ass off.
They figured out how to end that scene.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was kind of like mean, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh or feel bad about this. And then it just hangs on Buzz. There's like 3 different angles of him just laughing his ass off. And it was so rewarding.
Yeah.
Buzz is just eating this up. And I said, I love this episode, Sal. Like, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we Corel draw Nick having coffee with Six's mom out of nowhere. And then she's asking about the comedian last night on Arsenio Hall and how she's dating a loser. And I said, "You're the one to talk, Six's mom. Some fatty left you to bang a university kid."
Right? True story.
Yeah.
And then Nick's trying to tell Six's mom the frisbee joke again, but can't get it right and is like way off from the original premise of it. Just as the phone rings, and then I guess he was like, "Oh, she just happens to be here right now." And Nick and Sharon get called to the school's principal's office.
Are we going to get cool hip principal or lame old principal, Sal?
Well, we end up getting lame old principal. So in the office, he's telling Six and Blossom and their parents that they can't use the video in the contest. His name here, I think they were saying Mr. Pippin.
Yeah.
He won't let them show the video because it's about sex. He's about to retire in 74 days and doesn't want to upset anybody. Blossom calls him a pinhead and walks out. And then Nick agrees with her and calls him an idiot. And then Sharon, who's Six's mom, like starts to stand up for their video. And then we get another classic Six and her mom, like fast talking back and forth. And yeah, they're both ranting against the VP, like right to his face. And I didn't track any of it, but it was, again, just like brilliant and well done. And again, the crowd just like goes nuts as soon as they're done.
They nail it like, every time. It's always a hit.
God.
And I'm obsessed with that story of how they found that dynamic between these 2 actresses. If it was by accident or if that was part of like the audition process for Six's
it
mom.
Must have been, because anytime they're together in a scene, they both do it, and they both do it so well.
It's really good.
Yeah. And this principal's just such a bumbling fucking idiot.
I don't know where this is, but I wrote there's a shot at Roseanne Arnold for some reason, which is
that's in the next scene.
Is that the next scene? Okay.
Yeah, so they're back at home, and Nick is proud of Blossom for calling her principal a pinhead. And then Tony and Rhonda are listening in on Joey and Tracy's conversation. They're in the living room, and they're listening through that like swinging door in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. So Tracy's going back to Cincinnati. Joey doesn't know what state it's in. And then Tracy tries to give him a hint. What's round on both sides and high in the middle? And he goes, Roseanne Arnold? Like, she man.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
They kiss and the audience doesn't holler. There's just silence.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Tracy gives Joey a pin that was given to her by her mother to remember her by. And then Joey gives her a $5 bill.
It says, "Think of me every time you spend it."
Yeah. Yeah. So we get sad music as Tracy leaves, and a close up of heartbroken Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the showdown between Nick and Andrea. She's mad at
Yeah.
Andrea for making fun of him. She's like, I'm going to make funny observations if you're dating me. And
Right.
he's still mad. And then she's like, interesting. And then she starts writing in her notebook. And he's like, what the fuck are you writing now?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was really funny.
There you go. The amazing, incredible OK Bloomer full episode on the network. You can check it out. It gives you an idea, though, right, of the creativity involved in doing a Blossom review show. Like, how cool is that? I'm just so proud of those guys to get out there and paint the picture of the show and walk you through it and use it as a time capsule of what life was like back when Blossom was on the air. So well done. The King of Slayer, Curtis Anderson, Sal Ricardo, great job every time. So a new episode, you'll see it on the bottom, new episode every Saturday. So they'll have episode 54 coming up. So much fun with our friends in OK Bloomer. As we continue the Thursday edition of your show, I am Gary, your host. Hope you're doing great, having a fantastic finish to your Thursday workday. Yeah, it's almost Friday, man. It's almost the weekend. Looking very, very forward to it. If you're a fantasy sports player at all, more specifically fantasy football, best of luck to you. As I just confirmed, we got our Daffel draft set to go September 2nd, the Bobby Good Times draft set to go August 30th, and then the Fantasy Hand Egg draft going on. That's our big one. And that's the high stakes, I should say big one. That's the one where I budget my entire budget for the whole year for my any gambling. That's my one big go. And that one's set to go on September 6th out at stately Trumpy Acres. Very excited to get out there and enjoy another fun draft with the boys. The reason we bring this up is fantasy football season is upon us. And I feel like we're going to start doing some sort of fantasy football segment here on the show. I'm very excited because we love fantasy football, man. My brother Davey, my oldest, the firefighter, doesn't mind telling you, the most handsomest fella going. He won his fantasy football league last year, so shout out to him. I was talking to him yesterday as we were moving Granny upstairs over at her place, and he said he hasn't done too much research yet. I said, Davey, what are you doing, man? We got to get that research going. So be on the lookout for some fantasy football as the most wonderful time of the year is upon us. Very excited for that. And to all of our friends in those and to all the other leagues, best of luck to you. If you feel like this place here, I say it all the time, help us help you. This is the only time in your life where you have something ready to go to help promote your business, your organization, your event, whatever it is. We are that hyper-local voice we're looking for in this city. If you feel like we can help you, reach out to us, okay? Become a part of this amazing family. All you got to do is just send us an email. This email, so freaking awesome that we gave it a theme song to help you remember it, and then I embarrass myself every day by singing it, and here's how it goes. I have to count it in so I can get my timing right. Just send an email to 123 contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. See? Catchy. Whenever anyone asks, hey, what's the email? I have to sing that in my head and they say, oh, yeah, it's contact@dufferinav.com. And then we have fun with our graphics around here. Send that over there. We also got a website recently updated thanks to our bank. Yeah, this is why we go live. Real people doing real things. Thanks to our friend, Royal Anders. It's super cool. Just like the email minus the contact and the @ dufferinav.com. Check it out. We like to put the Brooklyn bowling spin on this one. Like that. And then send it. Oh, 7-10 split. Always is. Good luck with that one. We also got the Twitch stream. Give that a little horn. So hot right now. The Hansel of Twitch streams. Twitch.tv/DufferinAvMedia. There it is. As it continues to grow and build. Mondays, we got Phenom and Brooksy in there doing some Mario stuff. Tuesdays, Uncle Brando and I are currently in Shining Force 3 on the Sega Saturn. Very fun. And then Fridays, Brando and Gary get good at games with guests. Just finished Final Fantasy VI, voicing all the characters, giving it the same treatment to Chrono Trigger as our beautiful, lovely Phenom is playing through Chrono Trigger for the first time. It's a lot of fun. So tomorrow night, we'll be back on that one, 7 p.m. Be sure to check it out. And then this one, we send right through the hole in the roof. Still there. Still looking good. All right, you guys. Solo show almost complete. Oh, don't hit the buttons now. There we go. Whew, that was close. You know, it wouldn't have been bad if I hit this one. All the way up. Right there. Matt from all the bands. He joins us every Tuesday on the All Out of Angst edition of your show. He medals up all these things. That's the Shining Force 2 joining party theme, which is very cool. Okay, I think we hit all the buttons we can. It is time for us to wake up Frankie. Man, what a day. I spent about 5 or 6 hours today trying to edit, trying to film for LB. LB's been gone all week at the lake. Hello to LB and his beautiful family out there. Hope you guys are having a lovely, lovely time. So it was all on me, yours truly, to put together episode 14 of Good Sports with our buddy Ryan Flaherty. He had Kirk Myers on, the curler. Yeah, live from his farm. It was on a Zoom. Very, very cool episode. Fully produced and put together by this guy, the guy in the chair. So, it takes LB not 6 hours. We got it out there. It's also the audio version is up on all the audio places, so you can check that out as another great show here on the network, thriving. So enjoy that one. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that one. Mostly tears and sweat because it's hot. But a great episode there waiting for you. As well, tomorrow, going to be another fun one. The Friday Fun Table will be in the house. Apparently we're going to have Brixie in here from Wendy Brooks Media, our social media gal. We'll be filling in for Hari Cora, hopefully, if she can make it in. As well as Uncle Brando will be in the house. We may even have some special guests as there's a big Commander Cookout event going on, dare I say, this weekend. A Magic the Gathering event. But the boys, we got the CCO family in town for this. So we may even get a couple of them on here and do some crossover stuff with our friends over on the CCO Media Network. So I'll be looking out for that tomorrow with the Friday Fun Table. No Blue Jays today. But boy, oh boy, tomorrow, Shane Bieber. Big trade before the trade deadline. We'll be making his first start for your Toronto Blue Jays. It'll be very fun, so we'll get you ready for that as well as Go Jays Go. You know, I'm feeling really good. I'm waiting for something to conk out because usually when we do these solo shows, there's always something conking out. That's why we love going live. Real people. I always say, if you were here sitting in this chair, this is how your show would go too. That's why we call it your show. It's never about me, and thank God. I hate when it's about me. So smooth. Frankie's going to play us out. I'm nervous. I got one more thing to do. I got to hit about 3 more buttons. We will hope it works out. Do not forget, this Saturday, 13th Melon going on. LB and yours truly will be hosting that one. 4:30, show starts, 5 o'clock kickoff. So be ready for that. Here we go. Remember, karma's very real, all right? Keep doing those good things, and I promise you they will happen to you. Have a great rest of your Thursday.